Hey everyone, wherever you are, listen to me. Right now, your life is about to change. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because this moment, this very moment, is a decision point. Dream big, but don't let the size of your dream intimidate you. Greatness doesn't happen overnight, and it never comes in a single monumental leap. It is built piece by step, through small, consistent actions. Too often, people get overwhelmed by the magnitude of their aspirations. They see the finish line before they've even taken their first step. And that vision, while inspiring, can also paralyze them. They start thinking about all the things they don't have: the resources, the connections, the time, the knowledge. But what they don't realize is that the biggest achievements in life almost always have the humblest beginnings. Every towering skyscraper began as a single blueprint. Every marathon starts with the first stride. Every legend you've ever admired, every person who's achieved something remarkable, started as a beginner. They didn't wake up one day at the top of the mountain, they started at the bottom, just like everyone else. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent, luck, or even opportunity. It's the ability to take that first step and then to keep going, no matter how small those steps may seem. Small steps are powerful because they are sustainable. When you focus on doing just one thing every day that moves you closer to your goal, it becomes a habit. And habits over time shape your destiny. Think about it. Reading one page of a book today might seem insignificant, but reading one page every day for a year adds up to hundreds of pages. Saving $1 today might feel like it's not worth much, but saving $1 every day for a year becomes the foundation of financial discipline. The beauty of starting small is that it doesn't overwhelm you. It doesn't ask for perfection or massive leaps of faith. It asks only for commitment. Starting small also teaches you patience, and patience is essential for greatness. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, the ability to delay rewards and focus on the long-term process sets you apart. Small steps remind you that success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, and trusting that those little actions will compound into something extraordinary. Consistency is the bridge between dreams and reality. Every small step you take builds momentum, and momentum creates confidence. That confidence feeds your belief in the dream itself, and before you know it, the steps that once seemed small and insignificant become the foundation of something massive. Each step builds on the last, and over time, you look back and realize you've come farther than you ever thought possible. But here's the key: you have to start. You can't wait for the perfect conditions because they don't exist. Don't focus on the entire staircase, just focus on the next step in front of you. Take it and then take another. Because every small step forward isn't just movement, it's progress. And progress, no matter how small, is how greatness begins. Discipline is the foundation of success. While motivation feels good and can spark moments of inspiration, it is fleeting. One day you wake up ready to take on the world, but the next you may feel unmotivated, tired, or distracted. This is where most people stumble. They rely too much on how they feel in the moment. But discipline doesn't care about feelings. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward, even on the days when motivation is nowhere to be found. Motivation is like a burst of energy. It's exciting, but it doesn't last long. It's like a spark that can ignite a fire, but discipline is the steady fuel that keeps that fire burning. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you'll never achieve anything long-lasting. The truth is, the people who succeed, whether in fitness, business, relationships, or any other area, are the ones who show up every day, regardless of how they feel. They've trained themselves to rely on habits, not on emotions. Habits are the real game changer. They are automatic behaviors that don't require you to think or debate with yourself. When something becomes a habit, it becomes a part of your routine, a part of who you are. And the beauty of habits is that they don't rely on willpower. Willpower is limited. It gets depleted throughout the day as you make decisions and face challenges. But when you build discipline and create habits, you don't have to rely on willpower because the decision has already been made. It's no longer will I work out today, it's this is just what I do. Discipline turns effort into instinct. Building discipline isn't easy, but it's simple. It starts with small commitments. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. You just need to commit to doing one thing consistently, even when you don't feel like it. Show up no matter what. If you said you'd exercise, then get to the gym, even if it's for just 10 minutes. If you said you'd write every day, sit down and write, even if it's just one sentence. The key is to keep the promise you made to yourself. Every time you do, you strengthen your discipline. You teach yourself that you are someone who follows through. On the days when motivation fades, discipline will carry you. It will remind you of your goals, your purpose, and the bigger picture. Motivation might get you started, but discipline ensures you finish. It's the grind, the repetition, the showing up when it's hard that separates those who succeed from those who quit. Over time, discipline becomes a habit, and habits shape your future. The life you want isn't built on occasional bursts of effort, it's built on consistent, disciplined action. So don't wait for motivation to strike. Create a routine, stick to it, and trust the process. Discipline doesn't just move you forward, it transforms you. When you rely on habits, not fleeting feelings, success becomes inevitable. Failure is an inevitable part of life. It's not a question of if you'll fail, but when. And when it happens, how you respond to it will define your path forward. For many, failure is something to fear, something to avoid at all costs. But the truth is, failure is one of the most powerful tools for growth. It's not the end of the road, it's the lesson that shows you how to navigate the journey. To succeed, you must stop seeing failure as something negative and instead learn to embrace it as fuel for your progress. When you fail, it means you're trying. You're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone into uncharted territory where growth happens. Every great achievement in history has a story of failure behind it. The people who accomplish incredible things don't avoid failure, they face it head on. They stumble, they fall, but they don't stay down. They use those setbacks to propel themselves forward. Because failure isn't a wall, it's a stepping stone. Each time you fail, you're given a chance to learn something new, to refine your approach, and to get one step closer to success. The problem is, many people let failure define them. They internalize it and start believing that a failed attempt means they are a failure. But failure is not an identity, it's an event. It's a moment in time, not a reflection of your worth or your potential. When you separate who you are from the mistakes you've made, you can see failure for what it truly is: feedback. It's life's way of showing you what doesn't work so you can figure out what does. The most successful people understand this. They failed more times than most people have even tried. They know that failure is part of the process, not the end of it. Every time they fall short, they take the lesson, adjust their strategy, and come back stronger. Thomas Edison, when asked about the thousands of times he failed to create the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That mindset is the key to using failure as fuel. It's not about avoiding mistakes, it's about learning from them. Embracing failure requires a shift in perspective. Instead of fearing it, expect it. Instead of dreading it, welcome it. When you see failure as an opportunity to grow, it loses its power to hold you back. Each setback becomes a stepping stone, each mistake a chance to improve. And as you keep moving forward, you'll realize that failure isn't something to fear, it's something to be grateful for. The road to success is paved with failures. Each one teaches you something valuable, sharpens your focus, and strengthens your resolve. So don't let failure stop you. Let it fuel you. Let it push you to work harder, dream bigger, and keep going. Because every failure brings you one step closer to the breakthrough you've been working for. Faith and fear cannot occupy the same space. One will always overpower the other, and the choice of which one leads your life is entirely up to you. Fear is loud. It shouts in your mind, reminding you of everything that could go wrong, every past failure, and every reason why you're not ready or capable. But faith whispers, It's that quiet, steady voice that says, keep going. You've got this trusting your vision requires the courage to lean into faith even when fear feels overwhelming. Fear thrives on doubt. It magnifies uncertainties and paints worst-case scenarios in vivid detail. It tells you that your dream is too big, the obstacles too many, and the journey too hard. It will paralyze you if you let it, keeping you stuck in a cycle of what-ifs. But fear is a liar. It's designed to hold you back, not to protect you. While fear might scream louder, it lacks substance. Most of what we fear never even happens. Faith, on the other hand, is built on hope and conviction. It reminds you that what you're working toward is possible, even when the path ahead is unclear. Trusting your vision means believing in something you can't yet see. It's the ability to hold on to the dream when there's no visible evidence of progress. Faith keeps you moving forward when the odds seem stacked against you. It's not about ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. It's about believing that the challenges can be overcome. Faith says, this is hard, but it's not impossible. I might not see the way right now, but I trust that the path will reveal itself as I take each step. Fear will try to convince you to play small, to settle for less than what you're capable of, and to stay in your comfort zone. But your comfort zone is where dreams go to die. Faith, on the other hand, pushes you to take risks. It dares you to step out, even when you're uncertain. It doesn't require you to have all the answers. It simply asks you to take the next step, to keep moving forward, and to trust that the vision you've been given is there for a reason. When fear screams louder, remind yourself of why you started. Go back to the vision that ignited the fire in you. What's at stake if you let fear win? What's possible if you choose faith instead? Fear shrinks your world, but faith expands it. Fear focuses on obstacles, but faith sees possibilities. Every great achievement began with someone choosing faith over fear, someone who believed in their vision, even when it seemed impossible. Faith doesn't promise an easy journey, but it promises a meaningful one. It's the strength to keep going when the road is tough, the light that guides you when the path is dark, and the anchor that holds you steady when fear tries to shake you. Trust your vision. Trust that the dream in your heart was placed there for a reason. Even when fear screams louder, let faith lead the way. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces you can cultivate in your life. It shifts your perspective, grounds you in the present, and creates a mindset that attracts abundance. Often people think gratitude is something you feel after you've achieved your goals, but the truth is, gratitude must be practiced while you're on the journey. It's not about settling for where you are. It's about appreciating what you have, even as you work towards something greater. When you practice gratitude, you stop focusing on what's missing and start recognizing what's already there. Too many people live in a constant state of when I get the promotion, I'll be happy. When I buy the house, I'll feel successful. When I reach my goal, I'll finally be fulfilled, but that mindset robs you of joy in the present. It keeps you chasing a finish line that only moves further away. Gratitude teaches you to pause, look around, and say, I'm thankful for what I have right now. This doesn't mean you stop striving for more. It means you balance ambition with appreciation. When you're grateful for what you have, it doesn't diminish your drive to achieve your dreams. In fact, it enhances it. Gratitude creates a sense of peace and contentment, which gives you the clarity and energy to keep moving forward. Instead of chasing success out of desperation or lack, you pursue it from a place of abundance. You realize that while you're working toward your goals, there's so much to be thankful for in the process. Gratitude also changes how you see challenges. Life isn't perfect and setbacks are inevitable, but when you cultivate gratitude, you learn to see the lessons in the struggles. You stop viewing obstacles as unfair burdens and start seeing them as opportunities for growth. Gratitude reminds you that even in the midst of difficulty, there's something to be learned, something to appreciate. It shifts your focus from why is this happening to me to what can I take from this experience. Beyond the mental and emotional benefits, gratitude affects how you show up in the world. When you appreciate what you have, it's reflected in your actions. You're more generous with your time, more present with the people around you, and more willing to lift others up. Gratitude has a ripple effect. The more you express it, the more it inspires others to do the same. It's contagious in the best way. The beauty of gratitude is that it doesn't require ideal circumstances. You don't need to have everything figured out to be grateful. You can start right now in this moment. Take stock of the little things, the air you breathe, the roof over your head, the people who support you, and the opportunities in front of you. Gratitude is a daily practice, not a destination. And when you learn to appreciate what you have while you work for what you want, you create a life that's rich not just in achievements, but in meaning and fulfillment. Too often, people wait for the perfect conditions to start chasing their dreams. They convince themselves they need more time, more money, more skills, or a better opportunity before they can begin. They think once everything falls into place, I'll start, but here's the truth: perfect conditions don't exist. Life will never hand you an ideal set of circumstances where everything is easy and guaranteed to succeed. If you keep waiting, you'll spend your entire life standing still, watching opportunities pass you by. The only way to move forward is to start where you are with what you have and trust that the rest will fall into place as you go. Starting small doesn't mean settling for less. It means taking the first step with the resources available to you right now. You might not have everything you think you need, but you have something. Maybe it's an idea, a small amount of time, or a single connection. Whatever it is, it's enough to begin. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates opportunities. Once you take that first step, you'll find that the path starts to reveal itself. Waiting for perfection, on the other hand, only creates paralysis. The longer you wait, the more. The path to a fulfilled and successful life doesn't require perfection, extraordinary luck, or waiting for the stars to align. It requires action, consistency, resilience, and belief in the face of challenges. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a declaration of your commitment to the life you envision for yourself. The principles we've explored: dreaming big but starting small, choosing discipline over fleeting motivation, embracing failure as fuel, prioritizing faith over fear, practicing gratitude, and rejecting the illusion of perfect conditions, are the foundations of true greatness. They're not abstract ideas, they're actionable mindsets that anyone can adopt, regardless of where they are right now. Life is unpredictable, messy, and filled with setbacks, but it's also abundant with opportunities, lessons, and moments of clarity. When you embrace failure as a teacher rather than an enemy, you transform obstacles into stepping stones. Each stumble becomes an essential part of your story, each setback a reason to grow stronger and smarter. With discipline, you stay the course, showing up even on the days when the spark of motivation feels far away. Habits, not feelings, are what will shape your future. Discipline ensures that even when fear tries to paralyze you, your faith keeps you moving forward. Faith reminds you that your vision matters even when the journey feels uncertain. Fear will always scream louder, trying to keep you small, but faith whispers the truth that you are capable, worthy, and destined for more. Trust in that whisper. Trust in the power of your dream. Combine that trust with gratitude, and you unlock a mindset that not only pushes you forward, but allows you to find joy in the process. Gratitude keeps you grounded. It shifts your perspective, reminding you of the abundance in your life, even as you strive for more. It teaches you to celebrate the small victories and remain hopeful, even in the midst of challenges. Most importantly, stop waiting for perfect conditions to start. There will never be a perfect time, and you will never have all the answers. But you don't need to. Start where you are with what you have. Take the first step, no matter how uncertain or small it feels. Action creates clarity, and as you move forward, the path will become clearer. The world isn't waiting for you to have everything figured out, it's waiting for you to begin. Greatness isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's available to anyone willing to show up, put in the work, and refuse to give up. The road ahead won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Each step forward, fueled by discipline, faith, and gratitude, brings you closer to the life you've dreamed of. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Don't wait for perfection or permission. The time to start is now. The journey won't be perfect, but it will be yours, and that's what makes it extraordinary. So, what's the takeaway? Your legacy doesn't start tomorrow. It doesn't start when you've made it. It starts now with the choices you make today. Every single day is a gift. Don't waste it. Watch this. Remember this. Let this be the reminder you need to keep moving forward. Because your life can change, it will change, but only if you decide to make it happen. Now go get it. Thank you.